All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the NH Experience. And my guest today is an entrepreneur and the founder of Sunless Glow to Go. She's given her time and efforts to various charitable causes, including the Meals on Wheels program. She's innovative, intelligent, and beautiful. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the one and only Giovanna Alexandria. How are you?
Thank you, Nick, for having me. I'm doing very well.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. I mean, you have a lot of things going on with the in the world of business. I mean, you're doing fitness. I see you. If anybody who follows you on Instagram knows your life is just one big movie. It seems like every day is a different chapter as you continue to elevate up to where you want to be. So it's good to see that. I know you inspire a lot of young ladies and young men, I'm sure as well, just with your journey and your plight. So let's talk a little bit about your journey. What was it like growing up for Giovanna? What was it like? What were some things that you were interested in? What did you do? Give us a little insight on that.
So I'll tell you guys about myself. I'm a business management and fashion merchandising graduate. I thrive off of a fast-paced lifestyle. I have been working in fashion, beauty, and in the health industry for the last 6 years, living in Los Angeles. While in school and working part-time, I started a spray tan business called Sunless Glow to Go. And I also created products that is incorporated within my business. My strength and my ability to lead others is a passion, and to understand and to connect with my clientele with compassion is the main thing that I thrive off of. And what I'm looking for in my future is to consistently teach the importance of safe tanning and helping others achieve their goals to become their own boss and do what they love in life. Because I feel like life is so short, and don't waste time doing stuff you don't like. I just feel like do stuff that you love. And my passion is just to help other people and stay healthy and teach others the way.
That's fantastic. Now word through the grapevine is when you were younger, you were into a lot of different dance classes like hip hop, tap. What got
Yeah.
you into that? And at what point also did you develop when you realized that leadership quality where you wanted to be helping others and be of service?
So I started dancing at 2 years old, and ballet, if anyone has danced ballet, they know it's a very strict, strategic dance. And you have to be on point. You have to be on your A game. It taught me to also protect my skin because we were dancing indoors and outdoors. So that kind of incorporated me loving skincare and the beauty industry. But I just learned discipline from my father. My father was, he's an ex-cop. So he engraved being very focused in life and doing the right thing and just staying focused and doing what you love. And my mother is Hispanic and she is very light. So I'm going to say that she's very light. She cannot tan. So I incorporated my lifestyle with beauty because of my mother. I'm going to be honest. She was always wearing self tanners. She was always preventing herself from the sun. And it was engraved in me to do the same thing. And consistency just is what I learned to always take care of myself. I would say I came with the concept of my spray tan business because of my mother and her getting ill. I created the business because she was at home a lot and I wanted to expand and help others.
No, that's fantastic. I mean, you don't hear often hear a lot of young people wanting to be of service. I mean, I know there are some, but for you especially, with everything that you wanted to accomplish in life, when you talk about your mother, obviously that inspired you to go in a different direction because not of people of color and Black folks and people of color do not go into this industry. So, what problems did you face while you were in this industry, and then what are some of the triumphs that you were able to uh, acquire along the way as well in the skin tan industry?
So I would say I incorporate my spray tanning business because I am light skin. So I can say that I could get a really good tan in the sun, but I am so crazy about spending time in the sun and just causing permanent damage and aging. And I feel like I've never really had a hard time with being in this industry because of a mixed girl. I think that more people can relate to me as a mixed
Okay.
woman. They can come to me and be like, how do you get that bronze tan skin without having to go damage your skin? I'm like, let me show you. I'm just an honest person and I want to share my knowledge in the industry to help others. And I'll just tell them the truth. Like, being in the sun is very bad. It causes damage, it causes pigmentation. And I always say wear a high FPS when you're in the sun to prevent any damage. But people don't really know that, you know? Growing up, I saw like my aunts, my mom was very protective of her skin, but my aunts would lay out with baby oil and fry their skin and it caused damage. Like there's pigment, their skin is like, I'm not hating on my family. I love you guys if you see this, but it does cause damage to the skin. So I'm just like an honest person. Like I'm passionate about skincare. So I'm only going to share knowledge and spread the word and do the right thing. And I will even give free services to people that are like, no, you know, like I'm just here to help. That's all. And be honest.
Well, you know what? And I think more people need to be educated. I think a lot of us, especially again, Black people and people of color, we're not educated because we think, oh, well, that's only for people that are of Caucasian descent or, you know, somebody that doesn't look like us and have the melanin that we have in our skin. But,
Exactly.
you know, a lot of times we are the victims of various skin cancers and things of that nature. So talk to me a little bit about how that inspired you to develop your product, and then what are the type of ingredients that you use in your products that are different from some of the other products that are out on the market today.
Okay, so my mom inspired me, like I said. My mom did have cancer. She did have tumors in her body that luckily they did remove on time. But I do have clients that I adore and love. They share their stories with me all the time. And what makes me so happy about working in this industry is that I can help these people that had cancer that want sun. And I can make them look like they were in the sun. And I only incorporate organic ingredients in my products. It's just important to look out for paraben-free, sulfate-free ingredients when you are using it. I also look out for a lot of olive oil-based coconut oil, plant extract. And if you just go the natural and organic way, your skin and your tan is going to look so natural. So those are the ingredients that I really look for in my ingredients. There are a lot of different tanning products on the market that have harmful chemicals. So whenever you are looking for a tanning product, or if you are spray tanning with a company or buying anything, just make sure that you look at the ingredients and just make sure you do see aloe-based coconut oil, plant extracts. So, yeah.
So why the name Sunless to Go? What inspired you to come up with that name? And then what is the business? How do people benefit from your, not just the ingredients, but how do people benefit from your services as well?
So Sunless Glow to Go came up with, like my mom, she was ill at home sick. And I came up with the idea of sunless, you don't want to use the sun, and then you are going to glow. And then we also offer mobile spray tan service, so we can come to you to make it more beneficial for you. So you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to worry about getting tanner on your seat. So that's how the concept came up. So yeah, that's the concept.
Or you know what? I know the mobile service, especially in Los Angeles. I know before COVID hit, traffic has always been horrendous here in Los Angeles and LA County for those people that may not be living in Southern California. So I know the mobile service. I'm sure you had a lot of clientele. How are you able to get and deal with COVID-19? I know a lot of businesses had some drop off. What did you do? How did you handle COVID-19? Did you experience a large amount of drop off?
So unfortunately, our storefront was closed due to COVID, but people still need to work. So actually, COVID was a blessing to our company because we take all precaution. We make sure that they're not sick. The technician that does go there, if it's either my team or myself, we are protected with a mask, a face shield. We are providing services, but people still need to work. So they are calling, and a lot of people that were going into the salon never knew that there was mobile tanning services going to their house. So when they found that out, they're like, man, I don't think I ever want to go back to a salon if you guys are spoiling me at my house. Like, who doesn't want to have someone come do a service at their home? I love getting a massage at my house. I love getting my makeup done at my house. I don't even like leaving my house now that COVID hit because I've been so spoiled. But there's some people that like the experience going in, leaving their home. So it's like a, win-win. It's win-win situation. Whatever your preference is, you do. So, yeah.
No, I agree. I think people will pay for convenience, if nothing else. And then on top of that, if you have great customer service, you have great service, which it seems like your company does. I mean, I'm sure you'll probably get more clientele by the caseloads as the days and the weeks progress, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'm very thankful for that. And the best thing to really do as a small business owner or leading anyone is to don't be discouraged. You always are going to have good and bad days. Just be consistent. You don't want to give up. And the number one thing is make sure your customers are delighted. This is like the most important thing of being an entrepreneur and just running a business is make your clients feel important. Check on them. Make sure that you do a follow-up and just say, hey, how did your customer service go? Were you happy with your service the next day? How did your tan come out? And you always want to make sure that you always think about ideas, how to take your business to the next level and know your purpose. And I would just tell someone that that is going through, issues because of COVID, just make sure you have a great team that supports you and has the same passion and purpose as you. And I promise you, things are going to get better. Everything is temporary. So, yeah.
Oh, indeed. Yeah. This too shall pass.
Yes.
When you look at your empire, I mean, you building your spray tan empire, but what else are you looking to do to expand it? Are you looking in different avenues as far as acquiring different companies or starting other companies in addition to what you have right now?
So I think my focus is to start a van company, which I'm going to look into, is having a van service to go to people's homes and have them come outside. That's something that I'm probably gonna start doing, but I'm just gonna continue to do what I love, honestly. Like everyone's mindset changes. I'm in the fashion beauty industry, and those are my majors. I've worked in the fashion industry as well. I've worked with great brands. So I'm just gonna continue to do what I love, honestly, and stick to that. There's so many ideas that boil in my head, like 24/7. Like one day I wanna do this, and then I just do it. And a lot of my business or products come from my employees or my customers, and just like very educated and smart people and good people around me just giving me advice. Like, hey, how I started my products is mainly my customers are like, do you have a shimmer brush? And I'm like, maybe I should start that. Maybe I should make it. So I went to make it. Do you have eyelashes? Well, I don't have eyelashes, but I can go do that. It's just creating ideas and actually just going through and following with your passion and what you love. So no matter what, I'm always going to be in the fashion, beauty, and health industry. And who knows, I might start another business. I don't know.
So talk to me a little bit about your service. I mean, you talk a lot about service. We see that you're a very giving individual. You're unselfish. Talk a little bit about what inspired you to be a part of the Meals on Wheels program and the Susan G. Komen Foundation as well.
So a friend of mine introduced me to Susan G. Komen's walk, and it's very important to me to have a strong support system in anything, and anything that has to do with cancer, I'm there. I'm going to support it. I'm going to do anything, donate, because my mother went through it and it hit me hard from that time. So that's very important, to support something that you do love. And Meals on Wheels, it's just, I love Meals on Wheels. They're an amazing organization.
Yes.
They help the elders get their meals when they're not able to. They can't leave their home. A lot of them don't have families, and spending a small amount of time with them is my favorite part. And just seeing a smile on their face, they're lonely. So it's like it just makes you just be grateful, and just helping others is what I love, and lead, and I want other people to see that, to do the same thing. But Meals on Wheels is one of my favorite organizations just because they do provide you with the meals, and you can go deliver them, you can talk to them, the elderly or the sick, and just really be there for them. And people are lonely and depressed, and especially during this time, it's very hard to find very compassionate and loving people that are supportive. So they really need that, and more people should look into these organizations. It's a very easy thing. It's like an hour of your day just to go to these things.
No, that's a beautiful thing, I think. And also, too, I think it's a win-win for everybody, especially with the Meals on Wheels. When you're talking to these senior citizens and you're not only talking to them, but you can learn from them because they have so many years, rather, of wisdom that they've been able to accumulate. You can learn if you're smart enough. You can learn from a lot of their highs and lows in life.
And some of these people have good stories. They're very, from just upper class to lower class, it doesn't matter. They all have a story. And that's the
Hmm.
main thing. Is I love hearing stories because I learn from them. And when I'm sitting there talking to them, they're literally spilling their whole life. Like, it's pretty
Hmm.
crazy, but it's a good feeling. And I leave happy and fulfilled. And that's what matters.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree. So obviously we're dealing with 2020 has been a very, very weird year. Not only dealing with COVID, we'll be dealing with a lot of social injustice issues, dealing with police brutality, racism and inequality, uh, and all of those things. So we look at situations like what happened with Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, and recently with Jacob Blake, and then obviously we not too long ago got the decision as far as the grand jury from the Breonna Taylor situation. What were your thoughts and feelings when you first found out the news about what the grand jury had delivered, and how did that affect you?
So, great question. It's a really tragic situation to think how fragile life is. It is very important to know when our last breath is, because you will never know. So we have to really appreciate life. I feel like with this situation, everything is coming to light, and I hope that these things stop what's occurring. And it's very tragic, and I feel like she was taken too soon, and all of these people are taken too soon, no matter how old they are, what skin color, with any race. When something tragic happens, it's very upsetting, and I just hope that Breonna Taylor does get justice. And it's just a tragic situation for me. I just feel like coming together and doing the right thing and just supporting whatever you feel. Everyone has their own opinion. So I don't hop on bandwagons. I just feel like everyone is equal, and just do the right thing, honestly, and spread the word and say how you feel, and don't judge anyone, because everyone is in their own lane and
Right.
feels their own way about situations. But it's tragic to me. It's very tragic.
Yeah, very well said. I agree. I think it was tragic. I wasn't surprised at the ruling. I hate to say it like this, but I kind of expected it just based upon the years of history that we've seen in cases
Yeah.
like this. But I do hope that Breonna Taylor and many others that have suffered at the hands of law enforcement and others get the justice that they rightfully deserve.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, when you look at what you're doing, I mean, you are to me, I've seen some comments where people that really reached out to you, they really were inspired by what you're doing, not just with the spray tan line, but with the fitness. They see you working out, they see you constantly out and about, engaging with people. How does that make you feel when you get people that are random that you've never met before, but just give you such great compliments and they're so inspired and encouraged by your great work?
I'm just literally thankful that people care to care, like, and I just honestly want to just keep inspiring people and doing the right thing. I'm just going to tell you what my motivation of why I stay healthy and fit is. because seeing my mother take care of my grandmother at a very young age really inspired me to really take care of myself. And I feel like what goes into your body is very important. It's just keep it as a lifestyle. Make it something that is engraved in you to be better every day. I feel honestly, when I don't work out, or if I'm not reading books, or if I'm not bettering myself and educating myself with the news and just learning about what's going on, I don't feel good about myself. So I just want to keep motivating people to do the best that they can. And that's all. Just make sure that your mindset is clear and you're on the right track, and be around good people, because that's very important to me. Like being around good people, because people can drag you down, honestly.
Yes.
And I've been through it. Like I've been in toxic situations where I lost myself, and I had to pick myself back up and get my mind right. And it's all about your mindset. What you think is what you become. So just staying with the right mindset and working out and eating right. And I'm going to tell you something funny. I recently stopped eating meat. It's been 3 weeks now, and I can see my body transitioning into like a weird mindset. And I'm like, I honestly wanted to give up, like, and just go eat some damn meat. But I'm going to try to do this for about 2 months just to see how my body changes and just do a detox. But it's hard, but it's just staying consistent. Like if you're consistent with something, you are going to succeed.
Absolutely. So how did you feel the first couple of weeks without any meat? Like, were you going through mood swings? Were
Oh yeah.
your head? What was going on with you?
I just honestly just had no energy. And then I started taking iron pills that I went to buy, because meat does give you iron. So I was just like not myself. I'm not going to say I wasn't myself. I was just very tired, and like I would get a headache. But now that I did my research on why, so you always want to do research. So I was learning that I need more iron because I'm not getting iron, in my plant-based meat. So just doing research and doing stuff, I feel like I'm still learning. So I'm going to keep learning and progressing. I'm going to try to do this. My dad, my sister, they're all vegan. And if they can do it, I can try to do it. My mom's Latina, so she cooks barbecues. She has carne asada, pollo. Like I love this all. I love meat, but I just want to test it and see. And the main thing is just stay consistent on anything you want to do in life, and have the right team and mindset. Like always learn. Like me learning and sharing my information is the best thing.
Well, do me a favor. Tell mom, and since she won't cook any more carne asada for you, she can bring it this way. I'll be
Bring
happy to. Yeah, I'll be happy. I won't let her food go to waste. Well, I was going to ask you about that too, because I know you grew up in the States, but then going to Mexico. How much of a life change was that, growing up in two different environments?
I mean, it's pretty interesting. I learned a lot. I love traveling because you get to experience other people's situations, and you can take that to your country and just share it. And it's life-changing. And I suggest everyone to travel and get out there and see, because you stuck in your bubble will never give you more knowledge. So for me, traveling is a main key thing. Like I love traveling. Like even if it's like 2 hours from Los Angeles, I'm there. I'm gonna go hiking in the wilderness. I'll go to the most exotic places just to get an experience, so that I can have memories and share it, because we're here temporary. So I feel like you need to experience as many memories and things so that you can share it to other people. And that's the only way people are going to get educated, if you go experience these things and share it. So
true indeed. You spoke about the bubble. Have you been paying attention to any NBA games while they've been in the bubble?
Well, let me talk about AD. Thank you, AD, for doing that shot. That one night. That was the greatest. But yeah, I love basketball.
So you a Laker fan, I take it?
I honestly, I'm not a Laker fan. I just look at people's skills and I follow players. I follow players because I feel like if you hop on one bandwagon because you like that one player and they transfer over, then you're transferring over. But I get other people's situations, but I follow players because of their skill and knowledge in the game. So I follow players. Like if they switch to a team and I'm really liking them, then I'm going to watch the game. I like entertainment. So I like to be entertained by great players because players switch over. So
absolutely. So who are some of the players that interest you that you're paying attention to?
So AD is one of them. The Lakers is very good right now. I'm going to say that. I've been keying my eye on the Laker players. They've been doing very well. Yeah.
So what do you do for fun? I mean, I know you're a businesswoman. You're incredibly intelligent. You do a lot of different things, you know, helping people out, volunteering your time. What does Giovanna do for fun? How do you unwind and just kind of have moments to yourself?
So what I have been doing for fun lately because of COVID is a lot of cooking and being around my family. I've been trying to go on more hikes and just seeing my area more. I think I've been going locally, like San Diego, and just experiencing things closer to me. But for fun, I like to read. I love reading because I can only learn by reading. I love to read like Stephen Hawking's books, Napoleon Hill. I like to just learn and watching movies is very fun. I'm not like a go out type person unless it's meaningful to me and I'm helping others. I will support like birthdays and dinners, but right now I'm just home. I'm like a homebody right now, or like visiting friends home, but I like to be home. I'm a homebody. I can say that. I'm very private about things I do too. So it's like, I like to just be at home with good people.
That's very important. Last thing. So what are you listening to? What is Giovanna listening to? What type of music? What artists are you into? You know, what catches your eardrum?
So every day is different. I'm like in a different mood every day. But on my playlist, I have Frank Sinatra.
Ooh.
I have a lot of EDM music, but like smooth, like Ibiza type vibe music. I do like hip hop, but I feel like this generation of hip hop, I'm not hating, is just not. It's not really like a vibe to me, but there are some like good hits that DJ Khaled been like throwing out. But I like to listen to old school music, like old school hip hop. Fab, Nas is a really good one. Mace, that's like, I was listening to him in the car driving home today. Mace is like amazing. But I like old school music, but I do listen to some. I have a little sister, so she'll teach me like the new dances and like, so I'll do it with her. But I'm like an old school soul.
Yeah, same here. I listen to a lot of 90s music, early 2000s, whether it's rap or R&B. I just think it was just such a classic time that we'll never
like
get
the
again.
Jay-Z, sexy type. I feel like a lot of Usher too, but the new generation is a lot different, and I'm happy for them. And my little sister likes to show me her TikTok dances, so I'll do it with her. But I vibe off of old school. It's a lot better for me.
Yeah, I listen to a couple new artists, obviously the Drakes, the Kendricks, the J. Coles. But you know, there are some artists that kind of have that type of vibe, like the Dom Kennedys and, you know, Hit Boy, who's been ridiculously crazy on everybody's project. He's done an amazing job. Big Sean, people like that I kind of say, okay, these guys have, you know, serious skills, and there's a few others too. But I'm with you. I grew up in the G-Funk era, so that's what I'm accustomed to. You know what I mean?
And I like reggaeton. I can say that.
Oh,
I think I listen to more reggaeton as well, like a lot of Latin, like Bad Bunny, Maluma. Like because my first language is Spanish, so I listen to a lot of Latin music as well as hip hop. but I'm open. I'm like an open book. I can listen to anything and be okay, but I usually go for more old school and like Latina music and EDM, but I'm open. Honestly, I can jig with anything as long as I'm in a good environment with good people. I'm okay. Yeah.
I hear you. You know what? It's been an absolute pleasure. I am really grateful to be able to talk to you. Like I said, before we got on the show, I feel like I already know you because I feel like we've talked through social media and just really, I'm really inspired and I'm really glad to see you doing well and being successful in something that you love to do with your business. And as it continues to expand and grow, you have an amazing, beautiful spirit. And I see why people are gravitate towards you. So please don't lose that. Please don't lose the smile as well and the focus on top of that. And also let everybody know where they can continue to keep up with you and all your great work and what's going on with the latest with your business.
Well, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you to say that. So I have a few platforms. You can follow me personally on Giovanna Alexsandra on Instagram. And then for my spray tan business, you can follow me at sunlessglowtogo.com. And then I do have a new product launching, which is a rich tanning mousse. You can follow on rich tanning mousse _. So it's rich tanning _mousse. And I do have a YouTube that I need to be more active on, but it's called The Glow Show with Giovanna Alexsandra. So what I do on that Glow Show is I do interview people that I'm inspired about, and then I share my tips on beauty and health as well. So yeah, those are my platforms. So thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you. And before we go, can you show us some of the products? I know the mousse product, which is your latest product. Can we take a look at that so we know what to expect?
Definitely. So on my website that will be launching the first week of October, this is the mitt. It's for purchase. So my brand is called Rich Tan because it's just a rich color that it's on. I have it on right now. I know I'm mixed, but I'm very light skinned. So I like to be as dark as possible. So this is the mitt. This will be for purchase for about $7.99. This is the mitt that you do apply the mousse on. What you do is you hold the mousse in your hand and you can take it off. The mitt is here. And this is the product. It's Rich Tan as well. And what you do is you just squeeze it. And the consistency is like this. And I will show you guys, even though I have tanner on now, but I will go ahead and show you.
Okay, just don't mess with the jewelry.
It's okay. So you just apply it like this, and you will get it's super instant. So you will see the color go on. So as you see the color go on, you will. Right. So you just want to blend it in and put it on like lotion, and you're going to continue to blend it in until you like that color. And the cool thing about this is the directions is on it. So you are able to see exactly what to do, how to apply it, how long to leave it on, and how long to rinse. I'm very excited about this product because my clients have been asking me to do something like this for a very long time, and I finally made it. It's taking me a while to come up with the ingredients, but I'm very excited. So I hope you guys like it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sure they will like it. That is the genius of a creator.
Exactly.
Definitely. Thank you so much, the one and only. Yeah, do that, please. Don't go out like that. Thank you so much for coming on board. I really appreciate you coming on the show. And the one and only Giovanna Alexsandra. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.